Why would a so-called black man be on a book about the World Fair in between a rock and a hard place, stripped down from everything? You look at this picture. This man has been stripped down to everything. You can see the skyline in the back, so it's kind of showing a man who has been stripped down and a skyline in the back. It looks like they're celebrating a conquest to me. But why would a so-called black man be on a book about the World Fair? Why would you be on the cover of this book about the San Francisco, right here in the United States, the San Francisco World Fair, called the Panama Pacific International Exposition that they had in San Francisco in 1915? You can see under there it says the 13th labor of Hercules. Now y'all go do your due diligence and look into that and see what that means. But again, ask yourself, why would a so-called black man be on the cover of a book about the World Fair, stripped down from everything? Now, let's get down into it. Now, the lower powers that be will want you to believe that they built these World Fairs, this amazing architecture that they still don't even build like that to today, all over the United States. Now remember, this is architecture is in Chicago. It was in New York. It was in Memphis. It was in all the cities throughout the United States. And remember, all these cities had a mysterious fire. And at the same time, use your context clues. You know they were fighting the indigenous Americans and they were burning the cities down on the American Indians. So understand what was really going on in this land. But we want to go through this architecture of this book because it's amazing that these people put it right in your face and they expect you not to read and just be ignorant. So look at this architecture. You telling me they built this just for a World Fair and they didn't even have this in Europe? They didn't even build it in their own homelands, and then they still don't even build it today. So you telling me they built this for a World Fair, an architecture style that they didn't even have? Look at this. I mean, when you look at this architecture, you're talking about something that's really is very of a high class civilization when you're looking at this. Like, this is beautiful. Like, come on now. This is San Francisco. This is San Francisco. Look at the arches on it. I want y'all to pay attention to the architecture and look at all the arches and everything on this architecture. Look at this. And again, ask your, what would this have to do with a so-called black man? And why would he be stripped down naked on the cover of a World Fair book? Why? Like, why? Oh, I get it. Is this what y'all conquered? Is this the conquest and you were celebrating it in your secret societies? Look at this. You can see the bay. You know, that San Francisco still sit on today. Y'all look at this architecture. Like, just beautiful, amazing. Like, and they're telling you they built this just to tear it down. Wake up, people. They're telling you they built this for a fair in a newly land they just had conquered. And they built it just to burn it down. Every city over America. Come on, y'all, people. Look at the design. Look how intricate the designs are on this. Look how detailed this is. Y'all see all up there? And again, this is San Francisco. Look at this. And this was in all the cities. All the cities. And then again, go look back down in Mexico. Look at the temples all throughout the Mayan ruins. And look at their pillars and compare this stuff to up here in the United States. Again, they had to burn it down in the United States. It's still in Mexico because they ethnic cleansed Mexico and they left a small remnant there. But guess who's still here in the United States? Another thing you want to connect to this, when you start looking up the Moorish remains over in Spain and you start looking at the architecture over in Spain, that y'all know that the so-called Moors ruled for over 700 years. But the truth is that the so-called Moors or Maori, they ruled all of Europe. And it was melanated people ruling all of Europe for thousands of years. So Europe was actually the first America, like far as a multicultural place. It was really a lot of different ethnicities all throughout actually Eurasia. But when you look at this architecture, You seeing kind of like the same styles, the intricate details in this architecture. So pay attention to this. Who took this architecture all across the world? You see how grand it is in America, then you go all other places and you seeing this same architecture all over the place. Again, remember, this is over in Spain. And this is a remnant from San Francisco that they still leave up to celebrate their conquest, because they know that you don't know. They know the masses of the people, regardless of ethnicity, do not know what's going on. So they keep these things up. This is called the Palace of Fine Arts in San Francisco. But this is a remnant of the World Fair, just still sitting there. Really a remnant of the ancient world that they conquered when they got here. That's the facts. That's the truth. But they still have it just sitting right in your face. Right in your face. Again, the Palace of Fine Arts. But again, what architecture does that look like? The Palace of Fine Arts in San Francisco. I just wanted y'all to get a little more up and close on that to see. Well, look at this. They tell you they built this and just to tear it down. Wake up, people. The Palace of Fine Arts in San Francisco. Look at the details and look at it. Look at like the design, the water in front of everything. It takes a lot to design this. This will have to be master architectures or master architects to get this pulled off. But again, why does this building look like this building? And also, what does the so-called black man, the so-called black American man, have to do with this? Why would they have a so-called black man on a book about the World Fair, about buildings that they were going to tear down, that they built for a fair and they just burnt down? Why would they have it on there? Y'all know what it is. It's Big Tom Mary. They got it on there just because they are celebrating their win. They know who they conquered. They know the conquest and they know what they're hiding.